The Korea Development Institute has halved its 2025 growth forecast for the domestic economy to 0.8%, citing a slowdown driven by growing trade uncertainties and sluggish exports.
한국개발연구원 KDI가 올해 우리나라 경제성장률을 종전 발표치의 절반 수준인 0.8%로 전망했습니다. 이는 무역 환경의 불확실성 증가, 그리고 수출 부진으로 인한 경기 둔화를 반영한 것이라는 설명입니다.
Yeah, so the economic think tank, KDI, back in February, projected the country's economy to expand this year by 1.6%, but now they've downgraded that down to 0.8%. So that's half the percentage point of its original forecast back in February. And there are a number of reasons, so like the headline suggests, growing trade uncertainties with, of course, tariffs being a big theme in the news as of late. And also exports, especially for exports in Korea, very important for the economy. KDI is forecasting total export growth this year of just 0.3%, with the exception of semiconductors. I think for the most part, exports are going to go down. But next year, it's a little bit brighter. KDI expects economic growth to rebound to about 1.6%. And the reason for that is interest rate cuts, increased private consumption, and more construction orders are factors to the recovery. But of course, there's also always a lot of uncertainty externally.
Yeah. Now, when you say something has been halved, what does that mean?
Yeah, so the word half, we know, is when you slice something into two equal parts. When you do it in verb form, to have something, you're dividing it into equal parts or reducing something by half.
Yeah. Could you give us the spelling for this word?
Of course, it's halve. The L is silent, so you would just say to have something. You don't have to say halve.
No.
For example, in a cooking instruction, they might say have the cherry tomatoes.
The A is a slightly elongated sound, isn't it?
Slightly more than just the verb have, I think. So have something.
그래요. 반으로 줄이다라는 동사입니다. In American English or Canadian English, it's have. So it's slightly different to have.
Right.
It's not HAVE, but HALVE, 반으로 줄이다, have. And in England, we pronounce it very differently.
How do you pronounce it?
Halve.
Halve.
And again, the very long A in the middle.
Yeah, so I'm checking up in the dictionary. In the dictionary, it's still pronounced have the same way as the verb to have. But
the context is how you know it, whether it's a have or, to cut into two.
For some reason, that extra L in there makes you want to elongate that A for some reason.
Exactly.
But technically, the pronunciation is the same.
So the KDI has halved its growth projection for Korea this year. It was 1.6 before, and now it's 0.8%.
Yes.
One of the reasons is because of growing uncertainties.
Yeah, growing uncertainty it's a situation where there's a lack of certainty or knowledge, and that's increasing and expanding. And it's an easy way for news writers or researchers to kind of just say, we don't know what's going to happen, but it doesn't look good.
Right. The word trade is in the headline, of course, so it's not just any sort of uncertainty, but trade, tariffs, trade policies, all of that is encompassed in this word.
Yeah, and a lot of it is outside of Korea's power, right? And that's the sort of uncertain part of it.
증가하는 불확실성을 growing uncertainties. 자, 다시 한번 제가 헤드라인 읽어볼게요. The Korea Development Institute has halved its 2025 growth forecast for the domestic economy to 0.8%, citing a slowdown driven by growing trade uncertainties and sluggish exports. Now let's move on to the next headline.